Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
Cody Rhodes.
I have to finish the story.
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
And more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, you know, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar, ECW original, and co-star of the London Film Critics' Best Picture winner, the wrestler, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, live from New Orleans, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! I hope they heard that in the hotel. What's on your mind, and who the hell's this guy?
Hey, sir, Mr. Bernard, it looks like you have a Waffle House expert in your room.
Yeet. Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. Yes. You can eat. I will eat.
A pleasant eat. We appreciate you. We are live here in New Orleans today. We are down here for the Fan Expo, and we are happy to be here with you, good sir. But how the hell are you, sir? How are you doing?
I'm starting to feel a little bit human.
Yeah.
Been dealing with some kind of sickness, cold. It comes every Christmas, but doing good. Feeling excited.
Yep.
I know this drops on Monday, but me and Mrs. Meanie have secured tickets for the Eagles playoffs game on Sunday.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I hope I'm not a jinx.
Yeah.
We primarily go to road games. But hey, man, things are looking good for our Philadelphia Eagles.
Good.
I'm excited. I got that little butterfly in my tummy.
Yep. Got a little rumbly in your tumbly there?
Yeah, not good. A couple tailgates can't help, but we're going to go down on tailgate for a little bit and then check out the game and hopefully have some celebratory daddy sodas over at McCusker's afterwards. So
there you go.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a rumbly in the tumbly this morning when I was getting to off the airport. We got out of the airport. What time did we even get here, Malcolm? It was probably like 7:30.
6 or 7.
I don't get that. You fucking kids, man.
It's been all day like this. But we get to the airport, and of course you can't shit in the airport, right? That's not okay. You could. Are you an airport pooper?
I have shut down several terminals.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about going in an airport. I don't know. I just feel like I'm like.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse on that toilet than I'm putting in it. So sit down and let it rip.
Yeah.
Nothing best than doing taking a spite shit next to somebody who's being all shy.
Dude, spite shit.
Taking spite shit. Like the time I took a dump at a Wawa. And
oh my god!
I walked into there was a urinal next to the stall, and I saw the guy had a service dog. So I was like, "Oh, this would be interesting." And so I sat down. And I just went, and just pop, and you hear the dog's paws go. I think I just gave his
give a service dog a run. Yeah,
service dog's going to need a service dog after what I did. What I just did.
Oh my god, dude!
Stop that, Fido. Fuck you.
I want to give a quick shout out to the Pod Squad. There it is. I wish I had my soundboard with me. I couldn't bring it on the airplane, but I want to give a shout out to the Pod Squad here. Thank you for joining us so early this Saturday. We appreciate you, Mass Sanity, Dr. Reverend Mass Sanity. The professor is here. Good morning, sir. Yeah. Matthew Elvis Presley is here. Good morning. Let's everyone hear it for the leader of the Blue Line and our tribal beef, the Blue Meanie. Acknowledge him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mass Sanity says, the worst place I've gone was a public bathroom near the Lincoln Memorial. Good God.
So
what did that look like?
You just missed the obvious joke of making Lincoln logs.
I walked right past that one, dude.
Yeah. Like Jimmy Dean sausage links, just like a continental breakfast buffet. Just
there we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So we got a couple things to talk about this morning. I guess since the news is out, sir.
What do I do now?
Oh well, I was thinking it's something I did, but it really is friend of the show, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Won the World's Championship last night, the WWE title off of Cody Rhodes, the pastor, and with interference by another friend of the show and a friend of MuscleManMalcolm's here, Jacob Fatu. So I was curious to know what your thoughts about Jacob. Really, I mean, it feels like they set Jacob up to now be in the title picture. Like there's no other way to go around it. And I thought about it, when he was coming back, what he was going to do. And it certainly felt like it was just like, this is it, right? Like he has to be in the title picture now. What are your thoughts on first, I guess, Drew winning the title and then Jacob now being in the main event picture?
Dude, since we've been doing this podcast, I've always said I've been the biggest Drew McIntyre fan. Having gotten to know the man, not like we break bread every Sunday, but I'm very, when he went back to the Indies and started doing Indies, and we were on a lot of shows together, as Drew Galloway, biggest sweetheart. The guy who can literally rip your head off is the biggest sweetheart, those are the most dangerous people, but I love him. I love the guy. And the biggest crime against Drew McIntyre is that his first world title run came during the lockdown, I think back to that Royal Rumble that he won, and that might have been what, to me, the best Royal Rumble will always be 92, the one with Flair won, because that was just a murderer's row of talent in there,
Yeah, there's no, that Rumble is just, I can watch that. I can watch it every day. Yeah.
The Hall of Fame class. Put that match in, when next time they put a match in at WrestleMania for the Hall of Fame, put in the 2002, the 1992 Royal Rumble. But the one Drew McIntyre won, it could easily rival that one just because of the build and the stories that were told in that Rumble. I mean, everything from Brock dominating early, throwing everybody out. Then Keith Lee comes out, and you see Brock go, "Oh shit! All right, big boy's coming."
That was the big boy, right? Yeah, the big boy one.
Boy, dude. And man, I love Keith Lee too, man. You know, WWE and AEW dropping the fucking ball with that kid. But
please louder for the back of the class, please.
Yeah. They fucked up Keith Lee's push or run. You know, I hate saying push because you know I'd rather have a good run than a good push.
Of course, I mean unless we're talking about a healthy BM, which you definitely want a good push for. So,
which was like the pre-show.
Yes.
That was in the green room.
I have to translate old people speak real fast for the young guy here. BM means bowel movement, which means taking a shit.
Movement.
Oh shit! Okay, just say shit.
Yeah. Drop a Duke.
Oh, word. Shout out Duke.
Have a hot Carl. No, that's something else.
God. No, don't look it up. Don't Google that. Don't Google it.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
What is?
But to get back to Drew McIntyre, you know, that build where everybody's like, oh, Brock's going to win. But then Drew, you know, Claymore kicks him, eliminates him, the pop he got, and then he had to win the world title in an empty warehouse at WrestleMania. So the fact that he won the belt last night in front of people.
Yep.
I'm happy for him. You know, I love Cody. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, some of the best champions had multiple title wins, multiple title runs. But, you know, I'm happy for Drew McIntyre that he's getting a run in front of people. I'm glad he's no longer bored at work, you know, because that could be tedious.
Of course.
You bring up Jacob Fatu. I have nothing but love for Jacob Fatu. Talk about another guy who's a sweetheart that could probably, rip your head off, he would just toy with people, Oh, okay. See if you can escape, all right. I'll give you to 3 seconds. And then he pounces, Jacob's the man. Nothing but respect for him. Of course, I love the Samoan family. There's 3 things in life: death, taxes, and don't fuck with a Samoan.
For real.
Yeah. So, good. I avoided the news for most of the day till, the show first day with the new mouth. The show aired. But I am very happy for everybody involved.
What do you think, Malcolm? What do you think about Jacob Fatu now officially being in the world title picture?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. So my question for you, Meanie, right? For someone that's worked behind the scenes, what do you think of Jacob essentially costing Cody the title? He turned and hit him as well. And I thought it was weird because I'm like, did Jacob turn heel? Did Jacob just get in the heat in the moment and attack Cody? What was your thoughts on him technically costing Cody that title?
I mean, it makes things interesting. It's episodic television. It's a good cliffhanger, so to speak, to where, I like when things aren't wrapped up in one episode where it leaves people like us going, ooh, what was all that about? Just so, and Jacob Fatu's ascent into WWE, up the WWE ladder, more like an escalator because he's going up pretty quick. I'm happy for him. But it should be interesting. Sometimes I wear my pro wrestler hat. Sometimes I wear my fan hat. And right when it comes to Jacob Fatu, I take off my pro wrestler hat and put on my fan hat and just enjoy the show, But, I couldn't be happier for the guy, knowing, having, again, shared locker rooms with him, like in MLW and stuff like that. And him being kind enough to ask for advice from me. I'm like, bro, you're from the Samoan dynasty. What are you asking me for? But, I gave it to him, I like to, help at those who seek it, So Jacob Fatu, I'm one of his biggest fans. So the fact that he's in the mix with Cody means they have huge plans for him. And I couldn't be happier for him.
If I can ask you about that family as well, and it's not Jacob, but it's 2 of his other cousins. They're currently in a locked-in feud at a House of Glory right now. Zilla Fatu and Lance Anoa'i. I don't know if you saw the clip, but Lance turned on Zilla at House of Glory, super kicked him, speared him. They were wrestling the Hardy Boys for the House of Glory tag titles. What do you think of those two going at it right now? Because they have a little blood feud going on.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen much of House of Glory, but I am very familiar with Lance. And Lance is another great talent who, much like a superstar NFL player, just has had the wrong injuries at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You know, there's times where it looks like he was about to go on a run, you know, and, you know, ascend the ladder. And then, you know, I was at a show where he broke his leg, and it's just like heartbreaking. But hey, he's in a mix with Zilla. And, you know, they're going to have a little bit of a blood feud. Who knows if that, like I always say, these, you know, independents, I wish we had this when I was breaking in, you know, everybody's got TV, everybody's got production and all this stuff. If you put something down good on tape for somebody up at Titan, well, it's not Titan Tower anymore, but WWE to, you know, check that out and be like, you know, Lance was just there and they just kind of released him, but they go, oh, that's what we should be doing with them, and they bring them back. You know, it can only lead to good things. You know, and the fact that Lance and Zilla were, you said, in the mix with the Hardys as well.
Yeah, tag team match. Mid match too. Super good. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're working with the Hardys, you're getting an education. You know, so not that like I'm saying he needs an education, but the Hardys are so steeped in that WWE system that they can show you little tips and tricks to better your game, you know, when you get, you know, seen by WWE, hopefully he gets seen by WWE again, he'll be ready when they call again. Not that he wasn't ready before, but it's just weird how timing and things work out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a bunch of stuff.
It's an amazing talent. I haven't had a chance to meet Zilla as far as I can remember, you know? I always hate that thing where that's why I never say to anybody, nice to meet you. I always say, good to see you, because there's been plenty of times where I go, nice to meet you. You're like, oh, actually, we've met before. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Fuck, I fucked this one up. Yeah. I always say, I learned that from you. Like, hey, what's going on? Great to see you. You know, yep, great seeing you again. Good to see you.
Like
yeah.
I call it running for mayor. Hey, great to see you. How you doing?
We got a lot of good stuff here in the chat. Let's go back to it here. Mass Sanity says Drew McIntyre is currently on his longest world title run with a title won in front of fans, which we know is true here.
Well deserved.
Yep, Mass Sanity says 2020 Rumble is one of my favorites. The Brock story, the return of Edge, and Drew's rise. Yeah, I mean that's like
exactly
that whole everything. I mean, it was like it could have been anybody's game because it really felt like Brock was going to just like march through everybody. You know, you had a lot of great interactions. Shelton Benjamin's reaction was great with them. You know, like you had a lot of really great interfacing with them, and it was perfection. Like I would say probably my second favorite Rumble after 92. Like I would put it up there. I would say it's definitely a top one for me.
You also know a Rumble's good when you remember the host city. No, the 92 Rumble was in Albany, New York, you know. And
yep.
And, you know, 2020 was at Tropicana Field, I believe. And
yep.
So, yeah, you just, when something's that good, you remember everything about it.
Let me see what else we have going on here. Mass Sanity says, I remember hearing Jim Cornette say that he would build a company around Jacob Fatu. And honestly, like you can't get any better than that. Like, I mean, it's perfection. So I'm really excited. And again, too, like to your point, like I like the fact that it's now a little bit chaotic. Malcolm and I were talking about it earlier, where it's like it feels chaotic now in the title picture scene. And what I mean by that is like it's kind of anybody's game, right? They're doing 4 matches next week to determine, or like over the course of the next 2 weeks to determine the number one contender. And like Randy Orton's in it. You know, your mainstays, right? Randy Orton, and Priest, which we'll come back to Damien in a second. Solo Sikoa, but then you have newcomers like Ilya Dragunov. You have people like Sami Zayn who've never won a title. And now that Cody's lost the title, it certainly feels like there's an opportunity for all of these people to take a run at the belt. Whether or not they win is kind of going to be, you know, up in the air. But like, you know, could the potential to see a Sami Zayn WWE championship run is very high. And I think he could do it. Like, I think he would be, I think he's definitely a solid contender for the title. But I just like the chaos factor of it. The idea that like this could be anybody's game now.
sometimes that's just blessing and a curse, but in this situation, I think it's a good problem to have when you have multiple talent that could be worthy of holding the world championship. So normally, it's like, I hate, and I've said this before, I hate when the world title gets hot potatoed around, it jumps from person to person to person. But in this case, Cody lost it to a former champion in Drew. So, but it just, it's a good time for WWE creative, despite what some of the internet says. But I think WWE's doing good things. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm excited.
Let me see. Let me see. These.
Yeah, man.
I was just thinking, I'm actually doing a new style here. I got the higher pompadour. My hair is a little bit longer now. I'm gonna keep it a little bit longer, man. I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm enjoying the new look. So
awesome.
Mass Sanity says, will they pull a Vince? Hey, pal. Go ahead. You know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we hit the clip there?
Oh, this needs a little bit tightening up, but yeah.
The Blue Meanie.
Will they pull a Vince and get the title back on Cody just for Roman to challenge him at WrestleMania? I hope not.
Like an election, it's too early to call.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I hope they don't. I mean, Cody Roman 3, I get it. It's Vegas. It's big ticket, but it's just predictable for me. I don't know. I want some chaos. I want some excitement. I want some
chaos can be good,
crazy shit,
While you're talking, I was thinking back to ECW, there's multiple people who could have went for the ECW title. Raven had it, of course, but then he's also battling Sandman. Dreamer was kind of in the picture, but Dreamer never beat Raven. But Shane Douglas was also world champion at a time. And then Taz had a run with the belt, so it's a good problem to have multiple people who are worthy of holding that title, which means you have multiple superstars.
Yeah.
Multiple top tier talent. And that's a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
For the fans, maybe not for the booker who has to figure out which one to feed.
Yeah.
Kind of like a quarterback figuring out which star wide receiver to pass the ball to,
Well, I'm very excited to see where we go with this. Like I said, it's just officially happened last night, but we are excited to see where they go. But I also want to bring up something that Malcolm and I actually got a chance to do earlier this week. We got to go to the Netflix house.
Nice.
Got to be a part of the Raw Stranger Things watch party.
Netflix house.
Got to be a part of the Raw Stranger Things Netflix episode, which we were actually on Monday Night Raw, which is pretty cool. It was a tie-in. They did some folks up in New York. They did some folks down here in Philly. But friend of the show and fellow Monster Factory alum, Damian Priest was there.
Yeah.
And made some solid drinks. We were talking. I got a chance to catch up with him, told him I passed your blessings along to him.
Thank you.
And I said, I asked him while he was standing at the bar, I was like, hey, man, I said, I saw that you and Meanie were at the Slayer concert. And he was like, man, you had that big booming voice, man. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. It was the fucking coolest thing ever. I could see his face light up because it's, I'm sure they get asked about wrestling a ton. So when you get a chance to talk to one of the guys about
and here's the key to opening a door to a good interview. Find out what they like besides wrestling. And talk about that. So when you go back to wrestling, they'll be more than willing to answer your this guy.
Yeah,
Slayer. He's got the keys to the candy store, so I'll answer whatever he wants. But yeah, the Slayer show. Whew, he was like a kid, he was a kid in the candy store because, when he was punished from Martinez, still in Ring of Honor, I took him to meet, see Slayer meet Kerry a couple times. So once I smartened up Kerry to, you've met before. Because he was telling me about me. I'm doing this song for the guy in WWF. I was like, you've met before. And I, bring up the photo on my phone and show him. He's like, oh my God, please send that to me. So we've talked about that in the archives, but that was night with Slayer was when he was hosting the Slayer concert was a magical night.
Yeah. Yeah. If you've never been, have you been to the Netflix house yet?
Not yet, but now I suck when it comes to going to cool things that are near me. Like, I've been in Philly most of my life. I've been to the Liberty Bell once.
Yep.
I've gone to the Rocky Steps, but I've never gone in to see the art in the museum. I lived in Memphis for a couple months. I never went to Graceland.
Yeah.
I saw the bars, but I never went to, see where, Elvis, lived. So I suck. So, the Netflix house is 35 to 40 minutes away from me. I should go see it. So maybe next weekend we'll see. Let's see what's going on in the playoffs too. My life tentatively is scheduled around whatever happens in the next 4 weeks.
That's very true. Very true.
Hopefully, knock on wood, as I'm knocking on my head, the Eagles win against the 49ers. I also have I can say it now because this won't drop till Monday. As I, frantically search through my photo gallery because I have a funny rib I would like to do online. Being that, the Eagles are playing the 49ers and most Samoans are 49ers fans. This will be my game day photo of the bloodline when they play for the Eagles. I'm going to go Birds.
I love it.
Bloodline approved.
I love it.
I'll tag every single one of them and see who takes the bait. Go Birds, bloodline approved. Knowing that Niners fans, I'll send Jacob after me.
Oh God, yeah, he's gonna show up at your place.
Man, Jacob Fatu chasing me. Bring it back to Netflix. Jacob Fatu chasing me would be like me running from a Demogorgon and Stranger Things.
Yes, it would. Yeah, with the gold teeth and everything.
Yeah, I'm easy bait because I would just blow up as So just do it. Finish me. All right.
Just get over with. And that's the name of the episode right there. Jacob Fatu is a Demogorgon. That's the
I don't want heat, bro. I don't want heat, bro.
No, I mean Netflix House is,
like I said, death taxes and don't piss off a Samoan.
Dad, listen, man. I'm telling you, man, everybody has the story where they're like, when I got to talk to Jacob at SummerSlam and Malcolm was with me and we were filming and where Malcolm was filming the interview and we got done. And, Jacob was just so excited to see Malcolm there. And he's like, come on, man. He's like, you got to ask me the Waffle House question. You only one that hasn't asked me anything. And he's like,
Jacob was at the Netflix house?
Oh, no. He was at SummerSlam over in Jersey. Yeah. No, you're fine. And so he's like, ask me the Waffle House question. You got to do it. The only one you haven't asked. And Malcolm, we try to, again, we try to play by the rules while we're at these places, right? Like when we're told we're not supposed to do something, we don't do it, right? And Malcolm's like, hey, they told me I couldn't. And he literally stopped. He was like, well, I'm telling you. And we were like, okay, all right, let me get the camera. Give me like 10 seconds. Let me take the mic flag off. Like, it's fine. We'll do it, But he's just an amazing guy. But Netflix House, like I said, I think you'll really enjoy it. They have the buyer's living room set up in the first floor down there. So they have the sofa and a bunch of all kinds of like the lights and shit. It's very much designed like.
So give a heads up to potential people who are going there. What could they expect from the Netflix House? Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different like the gift shop's amazing too, right? They have a restaurant on the top floor. It's got a bunch of different inspired food from all the shows like WWE, Stranger Things. They got all types of stuff. There's a mini golf set up inside. And downstairs, they have two different like setups. So I think one of them is Wednesday and the other one is Squid Game. So they have two different like experiences, right? And then they have some like viewing areas, I think, for like television shows, some of the shows. It's really quite like we didn't get to do a ton of it, right? We were just kind of there for the event, but man, it is blown out. And they spared no expense. Like they have this giant thing in front of the Wednesday setup. They have all types of like K-pop demon hunt. I mean, it's just they have a whole setup. You can do your photos in front of the Bridgerton things. I mean, it's anybody who's a Netflix fan of any one of those shows is going to love what they see there. So I
definitely want to see the buyer's living room.
Yeah.
So.
Actually,
so is there a charge to go to?
There is not to get into the actual Netflix house. Okay. So you can get to go in and do the whole routine. You get to walk around and see everything. But if you want to do some of the other experiences, then there is a cost that's related to it. So you just have to like.
What if I wanted to go see the buyer's living room?
There's no cost to go into the buyer's living room.
That's all I need to know.
Yep. Yes, you can definitely go there. And let me know if you're there because I'll meet you there, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving stuff around, moving upside down. Yeah, I'm actually going to show you.
McGorgon?
I'm actually going to show you. Just trying to get the picture uploaded here. Me and the girls, me and my daughters, we went over the other day.
Oh, cool.
We were out. I blew a fucking flat tire. So I was coming home I was at my shoot job. I was over in Cherry.
That could mean several.
That's true. So I'm coming home. I blew a flat tire on 76 of all places, coming home from Cherry Hill. I waited for 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours, Blue, for the fucking tow truck, for the tow truck to get there because it was through my insurance company, and I had the jack to lift the car up, and I didn't have the wrench. So Good Samaritan stopped. I can't remember his name. I wish I got his information. And one of the lug nuts was stripped. So I was like, fuck, I got to wait for a tow truck to get here, right? So
I just had the same thing happen over the summer of 95. Remember my story? I was on 95.
Yeah. With the wheel coming off. Oh, man, It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm waiting. They take me over, and then they replace the tire on Wednesday. Everything's fine. I wake up on Thursday morning. I took the day off on Thursday because I was exhausted from Tuesday night into Wednesday. I was fucking beat, right? I wake up on Thursday. I'm hanging out with Sophie and Audrey, and I go back out to the car, and the tire's flat again. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? So the shop I went to, I'm not going to mention the name of the shop because I don't want to give them too much airtime on this. They didn't even check the rim. The rim was cracked from something. They were like, the guy's like, well, what did you hit? I was like, I don't fucking know. If I would have known what I hit, I would have told you. I said, I drive to Plainsboro 5 days a week. The fuck you mean? Like, what do you mean? So anyway, they fixed the tire, and I take the girls with me because we're having a, daddy-daughter day before I left for New Orleans. And I was like, the girls, Audrey is the world's biggest K-pop Demon Hunter fan. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go stop over at the buyer's living room. So I'm going to show you. And if you want to see this photo, if you want to see all the fun shit we do while we're recording here, if you want to see Malcolm's handsome face too, go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie and sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 American. But here's me and the girls. Here's me and the girls at the buyer's living room here in the King of Prussia Mall. Here you can see the lights are up top there, and they have the sofa. And on either side, they have the bookshelves with all the fun trinkets from the show. They have Jonathan's camera. They have Dungeons and Dragons stuff. It's a very cool experience. So, but yeah, you can go and get tickets for like if you're into Wednesday event, if you want to do the Squid Game. Like there's all kind, and the mini golf is a lot of fun, and the food is great. Malcolm and I split a pizza while we were there on Monday night. Excellent stuff. So I think you'll enjoy it. But it's something I'm definitely going to check out. They'll have a section Blue Meanie Squid Ink. Well, actually, it's funny you say that. Mass Sanity says is the buyer's bathroom available for Meanie? Their bathrooms are clean. They're very nice.
Yeah, for now.
So the Demogorgon in the bathroom? What's dying in there? Sounds like somebody stepped on an iguana again.
Somebody step in a mud puddle. Speaking of Stranger Things, just finished.
Yeah,
season 5. Me and Mrs. Me avoided as many spoilers as we could because people like to fucking talk online.
Mm-hmm. I'm still avoiding them, man. I'm still avoiding them.
So spoiler-free review.
Yeah,
excellent way to go out. I have some tissues handy. And I'm not saying anything, but it's a very, very good farewell for Stranger Things. So it's very rare that me and Mrs. Me watch an actual real TV show that's not like a docuseries about murder,
right?
Or bad neighbors or the killer or whatever gimmick. But Stranger Things was one of those shows that we actually scripted television shows that we watched religiously and waited for it to come out. That we didn't get tired of and just go, all right, we're done with the show. We watched Walking Dead religiously. I got to the point where we're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, it's funny. I get to those things too, and it's like it's. What was the show? I think we may have talked about this before. I can't remember, but I think it was Sons of Anarchy. Well, it was definitely Sons of Anarchy, but I've talked to a lot of people who have said the same thing about Walking Dead, where it's like they get to a certain season and they're like, well, fuck this. I'm tapped out. Like, I don't want to watch this shit anymore. It's the same thing with Sons of Anarchy. Like, I got to season 2 is probably like the peak of that show, right? Season 1, as in all seasons, there's a little slow. You get to season 2, right? Like Adam Arkin is in it and Henry Rollins, who's just fucking great and everything, right? He's in the show. And then it just becomes like violence for the sake of violence. Yeah. There's no story to it. There's no push. And you're like, this is uncomfortable because I don't
It's like a high spot match, you know?
Exactly. It's like a high spot match and nobody's selling anything and everybody just jumps up and does everything and there's no move set to it. It's like, wait a second. Why are we
Go ahead.
I was just like, why are we being so violent right now? There's no emphasis on why this violence is necessary, right? Like, I want to understand why.
So it's like I always say, like when it comes to storytelling, there's a difference between making love and just straight up fucking.
Yes.
You know, you want to make love to the audience to where they, you know, they start showing up where you work, you know, just yeah. You treat a lady right, she'll be showing up to your job, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Where's he at? Where you at? Is he on lunch break yet? But no, seriously, yeah, there's a point where, and dude, like Fear of the Walking Dead, the sister show, kind of became a reason why I kept watching the regular Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a part where, you know, in Fear the Walking Dead, where I just went, oh, okay, I'm done. I'm done. We watched the final episode, and you know, when this next season came out, me and Mrs. Me looked at each other, went, you know, just, I mean, yeah. We another show that I kind of tapped out on was Shameless. You know,
that was the other one I'd heard people say the same thing about.
Yeah, there's like a point where, you know, just when the main character, the female, I'm blanking on the name, Fiona, when she left and she was going, the actress, you know, bailed on the show on the second to last season, and she's leaving. We're like, we're not watching this again, are we? You know, it just it's one of those things. You just like, all right, one of the main people, the main person who kept all the, you know, was the glue that kept everything fucking going. It's like, we're out.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's Sons of Anarchy got weird with me too, where it was like, you know, I never
watched because, like I said, the internet told me everything I needed to know about the show before I watched. So I was like, well, I never need to watch this show, you know?
Right. And it's like, it's with that show, it was like, you know, they had Harold Perrineau on it, which he's just fucking phenomenal. If you've never seen him in the Romeo and Juliet flick, he's Mercutio. He is just a generational talent. That fucking guy.
Which guy was that again? I'm sorry, I was calling
Harold. Oh no, it's okay. Harold Perrineau. He was in Oz. Okay. He was the narrator on Oz. I can't remember his character.
Yes.
And he is just so fucking good in everything he does. Yeah. And you know, he was in there as a character named Damon Pope, and then all of a sudden he's no longer in the show. And then Donald Logue is in the show for like 5 or 6 episodes, and they're really building out this character arc for him. And then all of a sudden he eats it, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's just, there was a lot of, like, going back and watching, there's a lot of janky things. And it's not as if it's a terrible show. It's just after a certain point, you're like, I guess I have to stick with this because I've been sticking with it for so long, but I'm like, fuck, man, this could be a lot better. You know what I mean? And it's like, it can get kind of frustrating, but no, like I said, I am excited. I just finished season 2 on the airplane last night. Courtney and I were trying to coordinate to make sure that we were able to watch, because James loves the show too. So it's kind of become like a family thing for us. Yeah. So, but it's nice, man. It's been good, but Meanie, good sir.
Yes, dear.
I'm sitting here in New Orleans, NOLA, if you will, baby. I had my first beignet today. It was delicious. It was a nice little a powdered pastry. Very, very muy delicioso, as our friends from the South say. But I'm sitting here, and I'm looking out this beautiful window, and I thought, maybe today's the day to ask Meanie a question.
Oh, this is intriguing.
And I says to myself, Meanie, are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program. Sir, what you sipping on today?
Oh, today I actually remember my seltzer, but I got the Polar Georgia Peach.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I got myself a sparkling ice from the convenience store down the block here. It's cherry. It's one of my favorites. So I'm happy to. I was going to take some of the cheap shit from Aldi in the suitcase, but then I was afraid it was going to explode, and I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to do that.
As somebody who has put booze from another country in my luggage on the way home, it doesn't explode. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Yep. All right, let's crack this.
I didn't say that, by the way.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's crack these suckers. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, that one didn't have a nice pop to it, but.
I picked the wrong day to clip my fingernails.
Oh, pinkies up. Cheers, beers, good sir. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
One day we're going to have to do a fucking show where we just drink. We just booze it up, you know.
Oh my god! I'll just sit here and watch Meanie get progressively more shit faced. Be like, watch it continue to go.
Oh yeah.
But, yep, I love it, man. We got a great question to get us through the rest of the show here. Also, too, from Mass Sanity, he says Harold Perrineau was great. That was his name, Augustus Hill in Oz, and he was also great in Lost. Yes, he's good in fucking everything.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. So, Mass Sanity's got the best question of the show. I love questions like this. Please never stop asking questions like this because
that's why we call him the professor.
And yes, and also too because it's about somebody that like should be talked about way more than he is. Okay, so if you, he says, ask Meanie if you could take them out of their time stream and place either Chris Kanyon or Art Barr in today's wrestling, who would have more of an impact? That's a fucking great question, man. God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. What the fuck?
Double cheese.
Double onions. The fuck you mean you're going to take me here and the burger's not blue? It's supposed to be the Blue Meanie burger and it's not blue.
Yeah. I'm still trying to work on a place to have a Blue Meanie burger, you know. But, I mean, Chris Kanyon was so ahead of his time that, like, if you got put in today's wrestling, he might look like an imposter of things he invented. you know?
For real.
It's kind of like ECW. Like when people discovered ECW, they're like, oh, that's the WWE. They did that in WWE. But no, ECW did it first.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah, Art Barr had such a huge impact. Well, huge influence. You know, without Art Barr, you know, who knows? Not saying Eddie Guerrero couldn't have been somebody, but, you know, a lot of people discovered Eddie Guerrero through, you know, being a tag team partner with Art Barr on the When Worlds Collide, WCW When Worlds Collide pay-per-view. Excellent question. I'd love to see what Kanyon could do in this timeline with this roster. But, yeah, and maybe because I'm more familiar with Chris Kanyon than Art Barr, but both are amazing talents. But, yeah, I would have to say Chris Kanyon. I might be one of the few people to remember Chris Kanyon had a couple matches in ECW as enhancement talent. Like when it was Eastern Championship Wrestling, they would have guys come in and just get, you know, squashed. And Kanyon was doing some kind of construction worker gimmick. And I just remember standing on the aisle watching him, you know, walk back. You know, I was like, hey, man, that guy might be something someday, hopefully. And you would have to go through the early, like maybe 93, maybe 94 ECW, probably 93-ish. Chris Kanyon worked in ECW, but I would love to see him in today's timeline.
Absolutely. I think that's probably my answer too. I think, you know, again, I feel like Chris Kanyon was somebody that could have been like a top guy. Like even right now, like I feel like if circumstances were different for him, you know, I understand if I remember correctly, he trained the Young Bucks at some point as well. So like he
had a hand in a lot of, it might have been Young Bucks and maybe Brian Cage.
Right. I mean, so you think about like the Young Bucks, I mean, they're one of the most influential tag teams, at least in the modern era. And like Chris Kanyon had a part in that, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's a huge thing. And I just, it's a shame that I feel like he never really got his just due. And you're right. That's the best way to put it. He might look like an imposter doing the things that he invented. And I think that's, you know, again, I'm hoping that at some point, you know, WWE and maybe his estate or whoever is in control of his things will be able to come to an agreement and give him a little bit more of the shine that he deserves. You know, and I love all those dark characters. So I love Mortis. You know, I love the Mortis stuff. I always thought that was super cool, you know, like just at the timeline and again, ahead of his time in so many ways. But
I love the fact that he's going to be in the upcoming UPW video game as both Kanyon and Mortis.
Yes.
So, that game, which should be coming out soon. They've had a couple hiccups to put over, because I plug them every week in my ad reads. The UPW video game, they're going to have more to Chris Canyon. They're a small company out of Scotland. They had a couple hiccups, but the game should be coming out soon. I can't wait to see how that comes out. So.
Thank you. We appreciate that question, man. And don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie or drop them in the chat here. But Meanie, you know what time it is, good sir?
Normally there's music, but I'll still say it.
Actually, wait, I might have it. Hold on. Yeah. You know what time it is, Meanie?
Oh, yeah.
Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not watching the program?
If you would like to follow Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO, wherever you find your favorite excuse me. If you want to follow me on all social media, sorry, it's the seltzer talking. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you want to support Mind the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Don't forget, folks, I'll be in Manchester, England, February 21st and 22nd at the BEC Manchester Arena for the Love of Wrestling 6. For the Love of Wrestling 6, a fantastic convention. If you want to get your autograph, picture, or after-party tickets, go to fortheloveofwrestling.co.uk. That's fortheloveofwrestling.co.uk for the Love of Wrestling 6. MadCareBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil or Balm. Shout out to Josh Thornton, who does an amazing job. He rounds up all the cats in the neighborhoods, takes them to the vet, and pays for it out of his own pocket. So every time you spend at MadCare Beard Care, goes right into taking care of the cats. So go over there and give Josh a shout. What I just mentioned, the Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game contains not only original characters by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or UPW Video Game on the Twitter, because it's still Twitter. Fuck X.
Yeah, we're never calling it X. Never.
The figure collection's Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1 can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Get regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there is no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the Blue Guy, and let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Please book through the site. Don't book through the app. That takes way too much of your hard-earned money. I'm about to do one. After I hop off here, I'm going to do a Cameo real quick, and hopefully I make somebody's day a little bit better over there, or a little bit brighter at Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads, because we're never calling it fucking X, because that's dumb. This is
corny.
It's lame. Anybody who calls it that is lame.
At This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. So go ahead and check me out there. Go ahead and check out the work that we're doing over at The Sportster at thesportster.com. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to check out my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net and subscribing at youtube.com/@FoundationRadioPod. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and sign up today and get your appointment set with Kane, Jordan, and the rest of the team at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at the Casa de Meanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to sign up today at Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanies. Mind of the Meanie, singular, not plural. Meanie, did you know that tiers start at just $10 American money? Are you aware of that?
I am now, even though we've been doing this podcast for 5 years.
listen, I'm just letting you know it's news. It's breaking news, sir. $10. You can sign up today. See everything we're doing here today. And if you look above Meanie's head, you can go to our entire archive. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, every single week. Carl, we've talked about this. What the hell, bro? What the hell? Got to secure that a little bit better. YouTube.com/@MindOfTheMeanie. You can watch our entire archive going all the way back to when Meanie and I started the show together in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2022. And don't forget, there it is right here. Shout out to Devon Dudley. You can go to all of the social media platforms at the bottom here that we exist on at Mind of the Meanie. So we want to thank you again for joining us today on our lovely, wonderful program. We appreciate you being a part of the show, and we appreciate you for being here. Meanie, I want to thank you again, good sir. Thank you as always for your time.
Welcome for the
thank you to Malcolm for joining us for a little bit. Don't forget to follow him on all forms of social media at Malcolm Muscle, and don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel, Muscle Memory, and follow him everywhere. We want to thank you for having a pop in here today. But for Muscle Man Malcolm and the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind
Blue World Order
of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.